I don't know. I thought the Aiden and Donald Trump. I thought that tweet is fine, right? Is it schizo?
No, bro, this is exactly what people want. Talking about how you can shift your mindset into better states. This is what people need, bro. And one thing that you talk about that most people go over their heads is the shame that's behind in the past, the fear that's in the past that do not unpack as a trauma for most people. That work is needed for them right now, for all of us, for the present, to enjoy it more. There's gift box. There is your secret, bro. So
Yeah.
I think this is important. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Definitely remind me if I'm. Cause in my head, I thought I'm talking about numbers like once a week. And my brother and my, some close guys I DM with, they're like, bro, it's been like every 5 minutes. You gotta chill out. I was like, damn. I didn't even know I got that much into it. Holy.
You see,
Zherka.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say, I know this is getting repetitive, and you might be sick of hearing this, but you and Sneako have the best chemistry on the internet, and I'm not even exaggerating. But you guys have this ego where you guys try to outcompete each other. Like, you gotta stop that and just collab. Just keep collabing with Sneako. That's all I'm asking you.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. I talk to Sneako every day, and I'm an antisocial guy. We're in the Ethan Klein war now. But yeah, I mean, to reassure you guys, Sneako and I are not like what we were in January, February, or even last year. We're on a kind of like a 10, this is going to sound crazy, but we're on a 10-year journey. Like we've talked about it and stuff. And I don't think you guys realize that we'll be doing content together for like 10 years straight. If you guys ever see me 2 weeks without him, it's not going to be like the olden days where it's like 2 months I disappear. No, we're going to go right into it, bang right on these topics. And same with Myron, but mostly Sneako. I'll tell you this, man. In the next couple of years, people are always going to be like, oh, that's the Sneako Zherka guy. Like they're going to think he's 50% of my channel because, yeah, Sneako's like what do you call a beyond a friend? Like a life coach. He's really a life coach because I can get advice from big YouTubers and it's horrible advice, but if they're in the game 10, 15 years, um yeah, that guy can easily coach my content. You know what I mean? And Sneako gives really good advice. Like he's been telling me to drop the number stuff for a while. And yeah, I just don't listen. But yeah, definitely we're gonna do a Europe trip, and I talked to Sneako about. Well, he talked to me. This blew me away. Is I don't know if you guys heard. He's talking to me about. I don't know if I can leak this, but he's talking to me about like getting in a warehouse and doing real podcasting. And I'm like, oh hell yeah! Like those guys, Theo Vaughn and the Joe Rogans, like actually do it. And I'm like, oh hell yeah! Like this guy's for real. And Sneako's the only one I can riff with. Like you said, we try and one up each other. It's true. We go to like we one up each other into a comedy land, like where it's a comedy special, and and if we want to go by the numbers, it's a dog and a tiger works real well, especially if for those who know, I got tiger in me too, right? And I'll just say this: great stuff is gonna start happening, guys. Like great stuff. Again, I have this thing where bad shit could happen. I don't care if bad shit happens to me. I'll go get whatever happens to me happens to me. I even said that. They're like, "How are you gonna deal with this dragon year?" I'm like, "I'm just gonna hit it head on," and I did just that. And you know, that's what happened.
Yeah, chill with the JQ. I think that's the dragon year right there. If you chill with the JQ,
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
think so. Yeah,
like I saw you post the Lucifer is our chosen people post. I was like, that's too much, and I saw you delete that quickly too. I don't know why you did that.
yeah. No,
Did you realize that?
well, I got my people saying that. Look, you can do your ADHD tweets, but you got to delete them so you don't suffocate everyone. And I said, okay, for 80% of my tweets, I'm just gonna always delete them. That way, I can have that ADHD moment of I posted, but it really damages engagement and stuff long term. It's not good. and Twitter's doing a lot. I think we went up like thousands and thousands of followers doing. Also, this is great. But I'll tell you this much, man. I am so stoked because after that wedding, I never have to. Like my biggest fear is not being able to go to my twin brother's wedding because some Zherka shit happened. And so after that wedding, anything, you could throw me in jail. You could do whatever. As long as I'm not letting down family members, I'm good to go. So that's why after that wedding, there's going to be this psychic release in my brain where I can go to a fair, turn on a vlogging camera, and start pissing on the donkeys till I could go full Gideon. I could get us 10 million YouTube hits. I could go anywhere, get kicked out of any place you want, do any crazy shit. If you guys say, hey, Zherka, your clout's down, can you spike it? I can do, after this wedding, I can do anything. But, I've got what? I got like a week and a half before I get on that flight. That's all I got to do. Got to make it there, show up with the tuxedo, and just then I'm free to even travel the world with Sneako. Like now that he loves this traveling, he's on this traveling phase, and the way his energy is so different now. He really doesn't want to stop. So if Sneako wants to do, like he said, let's do Australia, let's do this. Yeah, I might just travel the whole world for a year straight with Sneako. And he kind of blew me away when he said, Sneako said this to me when I was in his house. He's like, Zherka, we've never done IRL. And I'm like, what? How the did we get so many hits together? We've never. And then I thought about it. I'm like, I've never done my bread and butter with Sneako. Like I did 8,000 views with some Jack Doherty hose. Imagine with Sneako, right? And I'm like, I've never pulled out my main weapon IRL with my main guy Sneako. He blew me away when he said that. And then I was watching him with Arab, and I loved those streams, and I was like, huh, I've never had a camera shoved in my face in public with Sneako. I think we've never done that. So it was like, yeah, and that's the biggest world. Like that world goes very foozy too quick. That goes to 70,000 views very quick. If you remember him and Sarah or Foozy or whatever, or even me, we go up quick in the IRL world. And I was like, holy shit. I know that, I'm blessed that I have podcasting as my skill set because that's always going to be the highest paying one, right? Long term. But man, when I think of I can just jump back in the game and IRL with Sneako, like Sneako Zherka do Australia, holy shit, the views are going to be enormous. And that's going to be a Zherka can get arrested kind of different Zherka. Like I can do anything, man. And when I think of it like that, I'm like, oh, you guys are in literally 3 weeks when all of this is over, right? First of all, in 15 days, you're gonna see me with Sneako in Europe and Turkey. We're gonna IRL, so you guys are getting that treat. And then after that wedding, I don't really have to go home. I don't have to. I could just start traveling the world with Sneako on that same day. So within this month, everything's gonna start looking. Well, still a dragon year, so whatever comes our way comes. I don't know if I should keep playing this dragon shit, but you know how I feel, and yeah, it's gonna get really good for you guys. But yeah. One thing you guys should remember is like, I got your back, bro. I'm bringing you guys the content, and I really want to die on Earth being remembered for today's kind of content. Really, like what I did on today's spaces. That's what I want to be remembered for when I die on Earth. Because I love talking about that stuff because it feels like 15 years of reading plus 15 years of real pain coming out my throat. And so it's like relatable too. And it's the only time I actually, like I avoid being sad, but I like to jog these memories if it's for a podcast's sake, because then it's going towards my goal. But yeah, I swear to God, I'll be in the next 10 years, I'll be the law of attraction guy, bigger than Dana White. Maybe not billions, but I'm saying, Dana White, I think, is the most popular guy who talks about this stuff right now. And everyone else is a phony. But yeah, let's bring some other people in.
Really quick, Zherka, can
Yeah.
I give you 4 quick rapid fire questions for the people, for the sake of the people?
Yeah, sure.
So what you said, could people expect a book from Jon Zherka and his life experiences and learnings?
Yeah, man. I think ultimately, I think this is my last year of entertainment and content, and then I'm just focusing on really big ventures. I think I'll start within a couple months too. I don't give a good at this stuff. Literature, I'm this is my game, bro. But 100%, bro, dude, we gotta have a Zherka book. We gotta have a book, 100%. And I don't want it to be no narcissistic like audio biography, only statistics, probabilities, synchronicities, everything that led me to think like this. It should be like a weapon. You go through, 12 rules of life. No, bro, we're talking about Paracelsus. Bro, Paracelsus once said people who catch a lot of colds lie a lot. The people with a low moral backbone, they get sick faster. Now that sounds when you're 15 or 20, but you live to 30 and you start going, huh, that is so true. And I should just footnote all this stuff and have a book of everything that has expanded my consciousness.
Good answer,
Dude,
bro.
dude,
Wait, bro. Let me finish the questions. Next question: which subjects do you dive in the dzerkaofficial.com for people that are still not in?
Yeah, it's always going to be esoteric and dating. I know it sounds like black and white, but it's really not. Like if if you understand what I'm doing with manipulation, yes, there's yeah, they go hand in hand, like 100%. A lot of guys who are not into the dating stuff, you guys can see it at that part as entertainment, but that's the number one question I get is like, dude, how do I just get the esoteric? And listen, I would be a bad businessman if you could do that. You know what I mean?
Uh,
I, yeah.
we know that you have a twin brother that is a psychologist and he's also in the server, right? But how would that look like in the server for people that don't know?
Yeah, so we have I guess you call it podcast, but you don't call it a podcast. We call it a call where we directly talk to um, people who buy the twin package. And it's basically you get all your questions answered. It's not like we read one question and then you're done for that day. You get sometimes we get the same guy spam 10 and everyone else is like pissed at him. But yeah, you pretty much have a call with us, and you can go. These are like essay longs, paragraphs, essay long questions, and most of them are. A lot of them are business guys who talk about, let's say, a dad problem or a mom, like they never resolved it with their mom or dad, and then they'll get my. I guess I'm not a Jungian analyst, but I give that perspective. I'll just say the mystical perspective, right, of my hunch, and my hunch is what brought me all the way here. And then the practical advice, which is my, certified, genius brother who has a master's degree. And so you get the real world advice with my energy of kicking your butt with that energy and getting your wheels going. And a lot of times, I think for most stuff, me and my brother align on a lot of stuff. It's just my brother doesn't like some of my answers where I just, if I give you a just do it answer, he doesn't like that. But yeah, so for guys who like, the Zerka podcast where I'm just a sober guy being a genius, my brother is the reason I talk like this when I'm not being a caveman, right? So if you want just that content, twin package, I recommend that. Yeah.
Beautiful. And last question: will people see Nef and Nef plus Zerka after hours with girls still this year? Is it a possibility?
Yeah, I think it's a possibility. I think I should definitely do the Sneako traveling the world stuff first. But like, let me just say it like this, guys. I want to spend a bunch of time in Miami. We're definitely going to be around the girls and stuff. I think Fresh was trying to get me into it that day. He didn't have Myron. And, I had to leave that week. But yeah, 100%. The reason why I didn't do it when I was there, I only did like one, that balloon show or whatever, is because I didn't want to have a long conversation with Myron or Fresh. I said, hey guys, I'm being canceled. I don't want to do that thing where girls ask me about it on the show. I want, because I know I'm innocent, just wait it out, And they're like, no, like they want to be real friends about it. And I'm like, no, let's just wait. And eventually, they had me on, but I was like, guys, I gotta go. And now that it all blew over, now that I'm like proven all innocent and shit, now it's a lot easier because I don't get to stain. I don't have to go to sleep negative, thinking like, oh, I'm staining their legacy with them having me on mid cancellation. Especially like a character like me that jokes about stuff like that. That would be the worst homie shit to do, is to go on their show. But yeah, they're like, I'm telling you, fresh in mind. These people are like brothers, man. They're really good to me.